What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For today's video, I'm going to be doing a breakdown of episode 5 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and we are going to go in a chronological order of the top 10 moments of the episode, and then at the end of the video I'll go over my theory and my biggest questions of the week. So let's get right into it. Right out of the gate, we get the scene that takes place directly after the ending scene in episode 4. John Walker runs away into the warehouse where he has a full-out battle with Bucky and Falcon for the shield, essentially for the rights of the shield, and it's a total badass fight. John Walker, my man, is juiced up. He's landing punches to Bucky, sending his ass flying, and for a split second you'd think that John Walker is going to overpower this entire fight. So it just goes to show that he is not somebody that you want to be messing with unless you're ready to pack a punch. So with that, let's move down to part number 2. And we get an introduction to Valentina Allegra. On my first viewing, I had no idea who this character is. On the second viewing that I saw this, I saw some theories that she could be Madam Hydra or a character somewhat similar to her. For me, at first glance, I thought this was the Power Broker's wife, aka Ross's wife, if I was going to stick to my theory of Thunderbolt Ross being the Power Broker. She clearly has a lot of intel. She knows that he took the serum. She knows that he doesn't have the shield. So a part of me almost makes me feel like she could possibly be a Skrull. So who knows? Maybe we'll find out who this character is. That's one of the questions I have for this week. So with that, let's move down to part number 3. So the next scene, we move over and we see Bucky talking to Zemo. He's at the memorial of Sokovia, and I thought it was just really well scripted interaction between the two of them. Bucky was about to kill him. Zemo was like, okay, you know what? I understand it. Go for it. He shoots him. Boom. No bullets in there. He drops all the bullets with his vibranium hand. He says, nah, you're going to have to go deal with the Dor Milaje. They're going to take you back to the raft, and you have to pay for your sins or whatever. I think it just shows how much character development Bucky has had. I think this was the first step in his linear progression of character development, and I'm all for it. So with that, let's move down to part number 4. So for part number 4, I personally didn't really appreciate this scene as much as I thought I would. It was when Falcon or Sam went to go meet up with Isaiah Bradley in Oakland. He has the shield, and you get a little bit more of a backstory from Isaiah Bradley's character. I wish there would have been a flashback scene. I wanted to see my man juiced up as like the original or the second Captain America back in World War II or whatever it was. And we didn't get any flashback scenes. I feel like he didn't say much else other than what he had said in a previous episode. We already knew that he had been experimented on for 30 years. I guess the only different thing is that we saw the touching story about his wife and how he didn't get any notes from her and all that shit. But I don't know. To me, it wasn't as interesting as I wish it was. So not much for that. With that, let's move down to part number 5. For part number 5, it's partially just like a little smaller thing. Later in the episode, we see Bucky go and help out Sam with the boat, and he uses his right hand to crank the bolt. It was really tight, and Sam's like, "Why don't you just use your vibranium arm?" And he's like, "You know what? I'm actually right-handed." I thought it was just a subtle detail, and I appreciate it because it just shows that he doesn't always rely on his vibranium arm unless it is absolutely necessary. So with that, let's move down to number 6. So for number 6, it was a up in the air question I had, was when Sharon was talking to Betrow. The first time I actually watched the episode, I had subtitles on, and in the subtitles it said Betrow speaking French or whatever on the other line of the phone, and I was like, wait, why is Sharon talking to this guy if she used to work for S.H.I.E.L.D. and this guy's a villain? You know, what's the deal? She's definitely onto some shady shit, and she's getting involved with all these other people. It could be because of her mob ties and crime connections through her time in Madripoor, but I guess in the finale we'll have to see, you know, where they go with her story arc. So I'm curious to see what you guys think. With that, let's move down to number 7. So for number 7, I gotta say big ups to my boy Falcon. He had his little training montage. I am a huge sucker for training montages. You know, my man was doing some gymnastics fulls and shit. So he's definitely getting more comfortable using the shield, and it just goes to show that the way that they're writing out his storyline, he's gonna be the next Captain America. So it was just a matter of time. So with that, let's move down to number 8. Number 8, I already slightly spoke about. Betrow shows up to New York to meet Carly and the other Flag Smashers. He is equipped with a suitcase full of weapons and some bombs, and they want to do whatever they can to really just ruin those plans in the meeting and potentially cause an even bigger scene and get more followers and, you know, kind of just incite anarchy. So nothing big. We'll see maybe if these bombs are some special tech, but who knows. With that, let's move down to number 9. Number 9, we see Falcon at the end of the episode. He opens up the suitcase. We didn't get a chance to see it, but I can guarantee it's going to look badass. I have a feeling it's going to be very comic book accurate to the storyline where in the comics Falcon actually does become Captain America. He has the red, white, and blue with the star on his chest, the shield. It's going to look really decked out. I'm excited, and I can't wait to see what he looks like in the finale. So with that, let's move down to the last part of the episode in the post-credit scene. In the post-credit scene, we saw John Walker making his own shield. He's going Iron Man 1 on that ass, hammering that shit. Not gonna lie, shield looks like a total knockoff. It's not gonna be any vibranium. It's not gonna be adamantium. It's probably gonna be just like the replica I have over here. You know, simple bullet hole will go right through that shit. But he is going full-on Syndrome from The Incredibles on this shit, saying Captain America was my idol. I wanted to be just like him, and I'm gonna do whatever I can to be the next Captain America, with or without the governmental permission. I'm taking matters into my own hand. I have the super soldier serum now. Watch me go to work. So that's all I have for the top moments of the episode. Let's quickly go down through my 5 theories and questions of the week. For my first theory / question of the week, I already slightly talked about it. It was about who is Valentina. Like I said, I thought she was the power broker's wife, Ross's wife. Who knows? Is she going to be Madam Hydra? I think it's too late in the game, personally, for this season to introduce a brand new character. For example, let's say she is Madam Hydra. Okay, they introduce her character. She has one more episode 6, and then where does she go from there? Whereas, like, for example, if it was the power broker's wife, and we find out that it is Ross, we've already seen Ross. He's already had character development. We've already seen his agenda. So it's easier to introduce a character that has some form of weight to it. I don't think her character personally has a lot of weight to be carried over into the next Marvel project. So we'll see. Let me know in the comments who you guys think Valentina is, and you know, what is her significance to the MCU now. So let's move down to theory number 2. For my next theory, it revolves around Zemo being taken to the raft. I am speculating that Ross, or maybe Ross's assistant Valentina, somebody is gonna go show up to the raft, Nick Fury style, and be like, I'm putting together a team. I want you to be the leader of the team. And this is how we transition from Falcon and Winter Soldier to Thunderbolts. So I think this is an easy opportunity for, like I said, Ross or Valentina to show up to the raft and say, hey, look, I'll take 10 years off your sentence, Suicide Squad style, if you work for me and we go do some of these missions in ghost mode. And, you know, you won't have to worry about what the government says. You won't have to worry about anything because I'm in charge and I'll take care of it. Is he going to make a Thunderbolts reference in the finale? We'll find out. But with that, let's move down to number 3. For my third question of the week, it revolves around Sharon. What is her deal? Is she a Skrull now? Is she the power broker? There's so many questions around who this Sharon Carter character is now, especially now that she's working with, or potentially working with, Betrow, Carly. I don't know. I personally don't think it's going to be her as the power broker. I just don't see why a character like her, especially if she hasn't taken the serum herself, why would she want to have the serum and all these other super soldiers working for her if they can easily overpower her? Like, to me, I just don't understand the logistics of it. I could be missing something. Let me know in the comments if you think she is the power broker and what your evidence is to why she could be. But I'm gonna stick with my guns. I don't think it's her. And yeah, we'll just go with that. So with that, let's move down to question and theory number 4. For Falcon's new suit, considering it's coming out of Wakanda, you already know that there's gonna be some special gadgets or some extra shit to it that's really gonna give him that power creep and really let him keep up with people who have super soldier powers or can easily overpower him. I think the suit is really gonna give him the ability to go toe to toe with people who would easily beat his ass in a one-on-one fight. I think this suit is gonna really take him from like Mark 1 Iron Man to the nanotech suit that we had seen Iron Man sacrifice himself in an Endgame. And with that, let's move down to our final theory of the week. I already slightly talked about this one as well. John Walker, is he gonna make it out of the season? Personally, like I said, I had reneged my theory from last week and in previous videos. I think he can just keep going on as a character, and I'm curious to see where he's gonna go within the MCU now. So let me know in the comments, guys, where do you think we can see John Walker appear next? And if so, is his character worth sticking around, or do you think that they can justify him being introduced and killed off within the same series? So that's everything I have for today, guys. Let me know what you guys thought about this week's episode. Let me know if you think I missed anything in my episode in the breakdown, or I need to break it down a little bit further. As always, you can best support the channel by leaving a like, subscribing, and sharing this video with your friends so we can have conversation about all this nerd shit. If you want to personally talk to me, you can follow me at Mr. Jalapeno 13 on Instagram. DM me with any questions. I'm all for doing collaborative videos. I do collaborative videos with my boy CG at Cam for All. Go check out his channel. We're getting into the finale. Then we got Loki coming. Then we got Black Widow. So there's enough content to go around, and I'm willing to keep the conversation going with you guys. So let me know if you guys are interested in that. And that's all I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Take care.